Hey, what's going on, people? Your boy, Man Mike here with another episode of Unleashed. Now, this is a conversation that a lot of Falcons fans have heard for quite some time. And, I talked about this a little bit as far as, on, the other episodes of Atlanta Falcons Nation, Dirty Bird, on Thursdays, as well as Six-Man Carry Styles, the Chronicles. But I wanted to kind of take the time out to kind of give my true thoughts as far as whether or not the Atlanta Falcons should move on, or is Arthur Smith deserving of a lot of, I guess, the criticisms that comes along with being, 6-7 at the current and losing to the Buccaneers in a fashion where they, for the most part, we can say, they deserve to lose. Yes. Young Wiku missed 2 field goals, and then you have Desmond throwing an interception in the first quarter. Just an atrocious interception. He missed a wide open Bijan Robinson that could have went for a touchdown. And then you have guys like Drake London. He missed he was wide open, dropped the pass. A lot of things that could have won. The defense, for the most part, those guys have been on, they've been on their stuff. All right. They've been consistent for the most part, outside of, getting sacks at a rate that we find acceptable as far as the fans are concerned. The Falcons have 27 sacks on the year. They got 72 quarterback hits, and they're up there in hurry. So the Falcons are making necessary progress as far as the defense is concerned, and improving the defense. But there's a lot of people that feel as though the Falcons can do a lot better, and we expect a lot better. And the thing is he really deserving of this? Is he really deserving of the criticism and the harsh criticism of him being fired? Now, that's the thing. And let's be honest, we just saw a game against the Raiders and the Chargers, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to kind of wait and really look at the entire league and give an honest assessment of where the Atlanta Falcons are. Should they fire Arthur Smith? And the answer, in short, is no. I don't think he should be fired. Has he given us, reasons to fire him? Absolutely. A lot of people are questioning whether or not the Falcons made the right decision to draft Desmond Ridder in the 3rd round and turn him into the starter. A lot of people, feel as though that the Falcons should make make a move on a guy like a Justin Fields, maybe a quarterback. They should have went after a quarterback for a 5th rounder like a Trey Lance. These guys are still young. You got guys like, for the most part, you have a guy right now in San Francisco and Brock Purdy who, a lot of people feel as though that he could very well be the MVP of the NFL. So there's a lot of questions on whether or not the Falcons should and will go after another quarterback. Now, like I said before, there's a lot of quarterbacks that in the NFL, a lot of people feel as though that Patrick Mahomes is not playing as well as we think he should. Josh Allen, he's another guy that we think that he should be playing a lot better than what he is, and he isn't. You got Jalen Hurts, another guy that's making, he's going to be making well over $45 million. So, there's question as far as him is concerned. So there's questions all around the league. But when you look at this question for Arthur Smith, the short term, again, I think he definitely does not deserve the talk or the banter as far as him being fired. All right. I don't think he deserves, but he hasn't given us any other choice. He's made some dumb decisions. All right. Dumb decision number 1, and that's going to a quarterback like Taylor Heineke. Now, I stated earlier in quite a few shows that when I look at Desmond Ridder, he's a young guy. He definitely has, made his mistakes, all right, and a lot of mistakes. Fumbling the ball. I think he has 10 and 14 turnovers on the year, all right. He's definitely turning the ball over at a high rate. I think he's somewhere between 14 and 17 turnovers in total when it comes down to his mistakes. And I think that's the thing when you look at Desmond Ridder. A lot of people, they're focusing on, him turning the ball over at a high rate. And like I said, these guys have not done themselves any favor to quiet down a lot of the noise when it comes down to whether or not Desmond Ridder should be traded, Arthur Smith should be fired. There's justification when it goes down to these guys being in the news for just being in the news and the rumor mill is the Falcons should move over. Fans saying they should move on from Desmond Ridder. They should move on for other. They obviously are not making it easy. Desmond Ridder is having the same issues over and over and over again. All right. But he's done a lot of things. When it comes down to a stat that I saw and I picked up, and a lot of people don't understand, why would I put up this stat? Well, you're looking at a quarterback like a Michael Vick. Michael Vick obviously is one of the greatest Falcons players to ever put on and suit up for this team. So you look at him, a lot of people just look at his numbers like, yeah, man, Vic numbers are just untouchable. Well, not really, because Desmond Ridder is literally 3 touchdowns away from tying Michael Vick's single season touchdown record of 8. All right. Single season record of touchdowns, which is 8. And then when you look at, a lot of comparisons when it comes down to Justin Fields. A lot of people feel like Justin Fields is a generational talent, and the Falcons made a mistake drafting him. And I say no. Desmond Ridder has already surpassed, or is getting to a point where he definitely could surpass Justin Fields' career high. Prior to this year, there was a career high. He's already surpassed Justin Fields' passing total, all right, this year with 2,600. Now, this is the guy that a lot of fans, again, this is what a lot of fans feel as though that, he's a generational talent. He's a great talent. The arm strength, the arm talent, the being able to throw certain routes with the velocity, his athleticism, like all of this goes into that. Like, I understand why a lot of people like Justin Fields, but the numbers, him getting sacked, his IQ, his accuracy, he's just not a good quarterback. He's a gifted athlete. He's a gifted player. When it comes down to him actually, putting up those numbers, he fails, and he continues to fail. So Arthur Smith, all right, him getting out. A lot of people feel as though that they should continuously, run the ball. Focus on running the ball early in the game, all right? The Falcons are, and this is where I say Arthur Smith is not doing himself any favor, because the Falcons have games where they look absolutely unstoppable because they're running the ball and the offense get going, and Arthur decides he wants to, throw the ball. So Arthur is not doing themselves any favors. Now, as far as the play calling is concerned, in time, like, I feel as though that all offensive coordinators, all play callers, they're gonna call plays where it's gonna be like, what in the bloody hell are you doing? He's had several moments like that, all right, no doubt about it. Arthur Smith has had several moments where you said to yourself, what the fucking hell are you doing? All right, he's done that. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that the Falcons are doing well, and that's have, Kyle Pitts 1,000 yards in his first year. Tyler Algier 1,000 yards in his first year. Bijan Robinson, 1,000 yards, all-purpose yards in his first year. So these guys are doing the right thing. They're doing things well. But when it comes down to it, is it good enough for certain players? And this is why I say when it comes down to whether or not the Atlanta Falcons, are going to fire Arthur Smith, I don't think that's the right thing to go. Why? Because this defense, as much as we're so down on the defense, I think, man, this Falcons team, they continue to keep this coaching staff together. They continue to keep this defense together. And make no mistake about it, Arthur is a intricate and a strong part of building this defense, bringing in the necessary talent. Guys like Calais Campbell, guys like you have coaches, coaches like Ryan Nielsen. Ryan Nielsen is the guy. You have a general manager in Terry Fontenot that played a strong part. But let's be honest, if Arthur didn't want Ryan Nielsen here, he wouldn't approve it. So Arthur has a strong imprint, not only on the offense, but on the defense, and he knows what's important. Like I said, at this point in time, I think if you just go off emotions and you just go off what the Falcons aren't doing offensively, I think you could really, stop, ruin what's, what we've as fans and what the Falcons organization is building right now. We have a strong defense. This is what we've been looking for years. They're having a defense that can get off the field, get turnovers, and get off, get in interceptions, get off the field on third downs, apply pressure. The Falcons already have 27. They have 27, okay? 27 sacks already this year. 72 quarterback pressures, quarterback hits. And that's the total. That's up from that total from last year, 2022, of 69. So there's a lot of things that the Falcons are doing well, that if you end up firing Arthur Smith, I think there could definitely be a trickle-down effect with certain players. Some players love Arthur. They bought into what he's selling and what he's teaching. And then offensively, you don't know if Bijan may feel some way about him. Why? Because he drafted this guy. He believes in what he's doing. You don't know if Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Chris Lindstrom, these guys are very good players. And if they have an issue with them just going out of their way and firing a guy that they believed in. Most of these guys came to play with Arthur Smith. They were drafted by Arthur Smith. And a lot of these coaches, they came to the Atlanta Falcons because of Arthur Smith. So right now, man, I know this is, controversial as far as Arthur Smith, Desmond Ritter, and Falcons fans just wanting to win now. It's not over. The Falcons still have an opportunity to get to the playoffs. Until it's over, I think the Falcons should just be patient. Because one thing that you won't want to do right now is build a team, and, Arthur Smith, he figures it out, goes to another team, and then turn around. The Falcons hire another coach. That coach fails. And here we go. We're still out in the abyss. Still don't have a good team. Still don't have a good coach. Just be patient. Because he could end up getting it. The Falcons defense can finally put it together with guys like Zach Harrison, Malone, Ebiketie. The Falcons have pieces on the defensive side. So, like I said before, man, I know this is controversial and a lot of people just want to, the Falcons want to win now. The Falcons want to win now. The Falcons fans are tired of waiting. But at the end of the day, man, the worst thing the Falcons can do right now is panic. Do not panic. Let these guys grow. All right, let these guys grow, because the last thing that you want to do is see Arthur Smith, Desmond Ritter prosper with another team and help another team get to the Super Bowl. We've seen it far too many times with Deion Sanders. Okay, we saw Deion Sanders. He was here in Atlanta. We let him walk for absolutely nothing. He ended up going to San Francisco and won a championship. Going to Dallas, won a championship. We've seen this too many times before. Be patient, Falcons fans, because we do not want to see it again. All right. So let me know what you guys think about this. This has been your boy Mad Mike. This is another episode of Unleashed. This is a podcast for your boy, man. Like I said, hit that subscribe button if you have any questions. Myself, K Styles, we will continue to answer your questions, give you what you want, whatever you guys want, man. Just leave it in the comment section. All right. Find us on YouTube. Find us on Instagram. Find us on Twitter, X, whatever it is. That's all I got to say about that. And I'm gone, baby.